Hello, space explorers. Are you ready for an adventure beyond the stars? Great! Let's buckle up and blast off with Captain Nova and the Giggle Galaxy adventure. Far, far away, in a cozy little corner of the universe, lived a brave and curious girl named Nova. Nova wasn't just any girl. She was the captain of her very own spaceship, the Stardust Cruiser. Her mission? To explore the vast, twinkling cosmos and make new friends along the way. But she wasn't alone. She had the best crew in the entire galaxy. First, there was Mina, the brilliant navigator who could read star maps like a storybook. Mina always knew the right way to go, even when the stars were playing hide and seek. Then there was Leo, the super strong engineer who could fix anything with his trusty wrench and a big, cheerful smile. No wobble or rattle could ever puzzle Leo. And let's not forget Aya, the ship's artist, who painted everything they saw in a rainbow of colors, capturing their amazing journey on her cosmic canvas. Last but not least was Beep 7, a small, round robot who spoke in a series of happy beeps and boops. Beep 7 was the heart of the ship, always zipping around, making sure everyone was happy and keeping their snacks perfectly toasted. One sunny morning, or as sunny as it gets in space, Captain Nova gathered her crew on the bridge of the Stardust Cruiser. A special message had just blinked onto their main screen. It was from Comet Momo, the guardian of the Giggle Galaxy. The message was a series of sad-sounding boops and a single, sparkling tear that rolled down the screen. "Oh no," said Nova, her eyes wide with concern. "Comet Momo is in trouble. The Giggle Galaxy has lost its laughter. The stars aren't twinkling, the planets have stopped spinning their happy dances, and all the giggles have gone missing." Mina pointed to a map. "The signal is coming from the very heart of the Giggle Galaxy. But to get there, we'll have to travel through our own solar system first." Leo gave his wrench a confident spin. "The Stardust Cruiser is ready, Captain. Full power to the engines." Aya held up her paintbrush. "I'm ready to paint the smiles back onto the planets." Beep 7 added a determined series of beeps, which Nova understood perfectly. It meant, "Let's go save the giggles." And so, with a roar and a rumble, the Stardust Cruiser lifted off, beginning its incredible adventure. Their first stop was the Earth's shiny, silver moon. As they approached, they saw the moon looked a little bit sad. He was usually wearing a jaunty little crater hat, but today, his head was bare. "Hello, Mr. Moon," Nova called out. "What's wrong? You look like you've lost your hat." The moon sighed a dusty sigh. "I have. A mischievous solar wind blew it right off, and I can't find it anywhere. It's so drafty without it." The crew sprang into action. Leo used his super scanner. Mina checked the wind charts, and Aya sketched what the hat looked like so they wouldn't forget. Beep 7 zipped out of the ship, his little light scanning the gray surface. After a few minutes of searching behind moon rocks and in sleepy craters, Beep 7 let out a triumphant series of beeps. He'd found it. The crater hat was tucked away in a quiet valley. Leo carefully retrieved the hat with the ship's robotic arm, and Nova gently placed it back on the moon's head. The moon beamed, his light shining brighter than ever. "Oh, thank you, Stardust crew. That feels much better. As a thank you, let me give you a special moonbeam to light your way." A soft, silvery light enveloped their ship, making it sparkle. With one happy friend made, they waved goodbye and zoomed towards their next destination, the majestic planet Saturn. Saturn was famous for its beautiful, shimmering rings. As they got closer, they saw dozens of little star racers getting ready for the annual Saturn Ring Race. A speedy little star racer with go-fast fins zipped up to them. "Hey there, are you here for the race? It's the most fun you can have in this part of the galaxy." Nova's eyes sparkled. "A race? That sounds amazing. Can we join?" The crew cheered. Leo checked the engines. Mina plotted the fastest course through the icy rings, and Aya got her brightest paints ready to create a victory trail. Beep 7 beeped a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go! The Stardust Cruiser zipped forward, weaving through the sparkling rings of ice and dust. They dodged big chunks of ice and zoomed past slower racers. Mina was a genius, calling out, "Turn left at the big sparkly diamond. Now, duck under that icy arch." Leo kept the engines humming perfectly. It was a close race. Neck and neck with the speedy star racer, they headed for the finish line. With one final boost, they crossed the finish line at the exact same time as the other racer. It was a tie. Everyone cheered. The speedy racer zoomed alongside them. "Wow, you guys are amazing. That was the best race ever. Here, take this ring racer badge. You've earned it." Nova proudly accepted the shiny badge. "Thank you. This was so much fun." Their journey continued, and their next stop was the biggest planet of all, Jupiter. Jupiter was known for its great red spot, a giant, swirling storm that had been spinning for hundreds of years. From a safe distance, the crew gazed at it in wonder. "Wow," whispered Aya. "It's like a giant, angry swirl of paint." Suddenly, a tiny, squeaky voice called out from their radio. "Help! We're stuck." Nova looked at the scanner. A tiny spaceship, shaped like a teapot, was being pulled towards the edge of the great red spot. "Leo, we have to help them," Nova commanded. "On it, Captain." Extending the tractor beam, Leo skillfully aimed the beam and locked onto the teapot ship, slowly and carefully pulling it away from the storm's powerful pull. Once they were safe, the teapot ship floated over. The hatch opened, and a family of tiny, fluffy aliens waved at them. "Oh, thank you, thank you," the Papa alien said. "We were just trying to get a closer look at the storm for our vacation photos and got caught in the current. You saved us." As a thank you, the little aliens shared their special treat, Jupiter Jiggle Jelly. It was a bouncy, sweet jelly that made everyone giggle uncontrollably as they ate it. For a moment, the ship was filled with the very thing they were trying to save, laughter. "This jelly is amazing," Nova laughed. "It tastes like happiness." The taste of the Jiggle Jelly reminded them of their mission. They waved goodbye to the grateful family and set their course for the center of the Giggle Galaxy. The moonbeam lit their path, the ring racer badge gleamed on their dashboard, and the memory of the Jiggle Jelly warmed their hearts. Finally, they arrived, but the Giggle Galaxy was quiet. The stars that were supposed to chuckle were silent. The planets that were supposed to dance were still. In the center of it all floated Comet Momo, her usually bright, rainbow tail looking dull and gray. "Comet Momo, we're here," Nova called out. Momo turned slowly. A single tear floated from her eye. She communicated not with words, but with feelings of sadness that filled the ship. She showed them what had happened. A grumpy, gray cloud called the gloom had drifted into the galaxy and absorbed all the laughter, leaving only silence behind. The gloom fed on all the happiness. Mina said softly, "How do we fight a cloud of sadness?" They couldn't fight it with lasers or nets. That would only make it grumpier. Nova thought hard. She remembered the moon's happy smile, the thrill of the race around Saturn, and the giggles from the Jupiter Jiggle Jelly. "I have an idea," she exclaimed. "We can't fight the gloom. We have to fill it with so much happiness that it has no room for grumpiness." "Yeah, get your paints. Leo, get the sound system. Beep 7, you're on giggle duty." Aya started painting a giant, smiling face on the ship's view screen, using the brightest colors she had. Leo broadcast the sound of their laughter from the Jupiter Jiggle Jelly, amplifying it into a wave of joy. And Beep 7, he started doing his funniest little robot dance, spinning and booping in a silly rhythm that was impossible not to smile at. Nova took the microphone. "Hello, Gloom. We're the crew of the Stardust Cruiser, and we've brought you some presents." She told the cloud about helping the moon find his hat. She described the exciting race around Saturn's rings. She shared the story of saving the teapot ship and the delicious, giggly jelly. With every happy story, a little bit of color seeped back into Comet Momo's tail. The gloom trembled. It had never experienced so much cheerfulness all at once. The sound of laughter, the bright colors, and the happy stories were too much for its grumpy nature. Little by little, the gray cloud began to sparkle. It wasn't a grumpy cloud anymore. It was turning into a cloud of shimmering, happy confetti. With a final, joyful pop, the gloom burst into a shower of sparkles that rained down all over the Giggle Galaxy. Instantly, the stars began to chuckle. The planets started to do their happy, spinning dances, and Comet Momo's tail erupted into a brilliant, dazzling rainbow of light. The galaxy was filled with laughter once again. Comet Momo zipped around the Stardust Cruiser, leaving a trail of pure joy. She sent them a feeling of immense gratitude and friendship. Their mission was a success. As they prepared to head home, Nova looked at her amazing crew. "We did it. We brought the giggles back." Mina, Leo, Aya, and Beep 7 all cheered. They had faced a big, gray problem not with force, but with friendship, kindness, and joy. And as the Stardust Cruiser flew back towards their home, passing the dancing planets and chuckling stars, they knew that no challenge in the universe was too big when you faced it with a great crew and a heart full of happiness. The galaxy was full of adventures, and Captain Nova and her friends were ready for whatever came next. Thanks for joining our cosmic adventure today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys with Captain Nova and the Stardust crew. See you next time, Space Explorers.